are hiring your employer, consciously or not. You are choosing how and where to spend your precious time and what compensation you'll accept for it. You are choosing the work you'll do and with whom you'll do it. If those choices don't line up with the type of progress you're seeking in your life, no one wins. Not your employer, and certainly not you. To be clear, you can't avoid trade-offs. We're not talking about finding a pot of gold with little to no sacrifice. But you can embrace those trade-offs to make wise choices that set you on a path to progress. Ironically, most people already know early in life that they will hire their future jobs, but they forget it along the way. When asked what they want to be when they grow up, young children answer playfully and imaginatively. But as people advance in years, the question takes on greater urgency, which constrains their thinking. Once they come up with an answer that seems plausible, they look for the clearest possible route to follow. If you want to be a fill in the blank, then fill in the blank is how to get there someday. Some subset of people stick with that straight, simple path. This book also isn't for them. We wrote it for those whose paths zig and zag, loop, or stall in whirlpools of discontent. The data are clear. Quiet quitting notwithstanding, millions of people are going through a job change right now. Over half the world's workers are passively or actively seeking a new job. If you're not one of them, you likely will be soon. In the United States, 30% of the workforce switches jobs every year. Individuals change jobs on average every 4.1 years. We're living and working in a fluid market, a time when change is the only career constant. So switching jobs isn't necessarily a sign that something went wrong. It's how we make progress. Therefore, the better you become at switching, the more progress you will enjoy.
The difference between progression and progress. The time is ripe to help you with this process because the job market is undergoing a major transformation. One of the biggest changes has to do with how work is structured, where and when it occurs, how people connect, and the culture in which they operate. Another centers on employment relationships, which are becoming more of a two-way street. Workers have more power now because talent is scarce. The COVID-19 pandemic that spurred the Great Resignation contributed. It reminded us that life is short, so it's worth reassessing our priorities around whether and where to work. Korn Ferry estimates that by 2030, the global talent shortage could exceed 85 million people. Midway through 2021, the ratio of job openings to unemployed individuals in the United States reached its highest level in a generation. It continued to rise through the end of 2022 to nearly 2 job posts per unemployed worker. This dynamic appears structural and lasting. At the same time, behavior is shifting given the uncertain future of work. People are nervous and looking for good advice as employers turbocharge their investments in technology, artificial intelligence, and robots. Those investments are tangible, unsettling reminders of McKinsey's 2018 prediction that by 2030, around 15% of the global workforce, or about 400 million workers, could be displaced by automation. The debut of OpenAI's ChatGPT in November 2022 threw fuel on the fire. More than 100 million people, a rate of adoption never seen before, rushed to register and try out this chatbot that demonstrated just how powerful artificial intelligence can be. All this change is leading people to ask big questions and rethink what progress means to them.
What's certain is that many individuals have realized that progress in their careers and lives doesn't necessarily track with employers' increasingly antiquated ideas about career progression. For ages, we have talked about how people climb the ladder in their organization.